English Vibes Podcast. English Vibes Podcast.
Music fades out. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm thrilled to dive into today's topic. I've been reflecting a lot on self-worth lately. It's such a significant issue for many people. Have you ever felt like you're just not good enough?
Oh, absolutely. I think we all have those moments, right? Sometimes I look at my friends and their accomplishments, and I just feel this wave of, inadequacy wash over me. It's like, how do they have it all together?
Exactly. It's completely normal to question ourselves. Think about it. Social media is like a highlight reel of everyone's lives. You see someone on a dream vacation, and suddenly you're questioning your own life choices. It's like, why am I not on a beach sipping a cocktail?
Right. And it's so easy to forget that those perfect moments are often filtered. I remember scrolling through Instagram and seeing this influencer's perfect family photo, and I thought, wow, they must be so happy. But then I realized, they probably have their struggles too, right? Laughs.
Absolutely. Social media only shows the highlights, not the behind-the-scenes struggles. Growing up, I often compared myself to classmates who seemed to have everything figured out. But here's the kicker. No one feels good enough all the time, even those who appear confident.
Wow, that's a great point. So how do we even know if we or someone else is feeling inadequate? What are the signs?
Great question. One sign is self-doubt. You know that little voice in your head saying you're not smart enough? It can be so loud sometimes. Another sign is the need to appear perfect. People often put on a brave face even when they're struggling.
I can totally relate to that. I've definitely pretended everything was fine when I was feeling overwhelmed. It's like, you want to keep up appearances, right? Laughs.
Exactly. And seeking approval from others is another common sign. You might find yourself asking, was that okay? Just to hear someone say you did well. It's like we're constantly looking for validation.
Oh man, I do that all the time. It's like, I'll post something online and then keep checking to see how many likes it gets. It's kind of wild how much we crave that approval. Sigh.
It really is. And some people even avoid challenges out of fear of failing. I've noticed I do this when I'm feeling insecure. It's like, why even try if I might fail?
Yeah, I get that. It's like, you're scared to step out of your comfort zone. But what about people pleasing? I feel like that's a huge one too. Laughs.
Absolutely. Saying yes to things you don't want to do just because you're scared of what others will think is a classic sign. But here's the thing. If you see these signs in yourself, know that it's okay. You're not alone, and there are ways to work through it.
That's so reassuring to hear. So what are some key phrases we can take away from this discussion?
Let's break it down. First, we have follow high standards, which means doing things excellently. Then there's filtered, referring to something that's been changed to look better. Measure up is about being good enough or equal to something. Pretend is acting like something is true even if it's not. And seek approval is all about asking if what you're doing is right.
Wow, those are super helpful. But I'm curious, how do we shift our mindset to realize our worth isn't tied to achievements? Sigh.
That's a fantastic question. I used to think that winning awards or making money would make me feel enough, but that feeling didn't last. True self-worth comes from within. It's about recognizing your own value, kindness, and unique traits.
That's so profound. Can you think of something about yourself that makes you proud, not related to achievement?
For sure. For me, it's my sense of humor. I love making people laugh, especially when they're having a tough day. It's like laughter can be such a healing force, you know?
Oh, I love that. For me, it's my ability to listen. When I'm talking to someone, I want them to feel seen and understood. It's not about fixing their problems. It's about being there for them.
Exactly. And listeners, each of you has your own gift to share. Don't focus on insecurities. Take time to reflect on what makes you unique.
That's such a great reminder. Once we start recognizing our strengths, we'll stop comparing ourselves to others.
Wise words, Gwen. Believing in our abilities is crucial. One way to remind ourselves of our value is by recognizing little achievements.
Oh, like celebrating the small wins? That's so important.
Yes, it's not about competing with others, but valuing what makes you proud of yourself. We often focus on big goals and forget the small steps we've taken.
Totally. I mean, even organizing my closet last week felt like a huge accomplishment. It's the little things that count.
Exactly. Learning and growth take time. Remember, failure is part of the journey. Celebrate the little things and be patient with yourself.
That's such a good point. So, what are some useful phrases we can share with our listeners today? Laughs.
Let's go through them. First, figure out, which means to understand or solve something. Then we have sense of humor, the ability to make things seem funny. Feel seen and understood is about feeling that someone understands your feelings. Compete with means to try to be better than someone else. And finally, every little step counts, which reminds us that even small actions can make a big difference.
Those are awesome. So let's ask our listeners a couple of questions. When was the last time you felt proud of yourself? Think of a moment when you did something kind or pushed through a challenge.
And for the second question, how can you be kinder to yourself today?
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode, everyone. We hope you found it helpful. Laughs.
Goodbye, and see you next time.
Music fades in.